Hi everybody, thank you for joining me today on this quick demo webinar where I'm going to show you how bookkeepingsimple.com works. It's very simple as the name implies. It is a full service bookkeeping. So what happens is we will assign a bookkeeper dedicated to your company. So you and the bookkeeper will essentially build a relationship and a partnership for years to come where you get to understand whom they are and they get to understand your company and everything that goes along with that. And that becomes a very powerful feature because you don't want to be shuffled around working with multiple different bookkeepers where nobody really knows the specifics about your company. We are honored and privileged to work with tens of thousands of small business owners across the array of products and services that we have. And all of our products come with one mission, and that mission is to ensure massive amount of savings to the small business owner community. As an example, we have an online phone system that is only $9 a month, $9.99. We have an online fax service that's only $5 a month. We provide dedicated virtual assistants for only $499 a month. We do AI phone calls on behalf of restaurants where we take orders. That way restaurants are able to save massive amount of costs in answering their own phone calls. We process hundreds of thousands of job applications on a monthly basis on behalf of FedEx and Amazon delivery service providers. And almost all of our services are essentially 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times cheaper than any alternatives on the market. So that is our specialty, operational efficiency, utilizing a massive amount of artificial intelligence and automations to ensure we can pass that cost onto the small business community so that you can take those savings and reinvest in your business or build your financial well-being. With that said, let's jump in and see what the product looks like once you have signed up as a customer. So once you sign in, this is what the dashboard is going to look like. On the left hand, you'll have a bunch of buttons. On the bottom, you'll be able to click on Meet Your Team. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And this is important because you get to meet your account representative. You can schedule a time, talk to your account representative, give us your feedback, and talk to us about anything and everything that your heart desires. And you have a direct access to your bookkeeper as well. On the dashboard, you can simply just come to the bottom and start chatting with your bookkeeper. The first time that you chat with us, we will work and make sure that those chats go to your dedicated bookkeeper, and going forward, all of your communications automatically happen with your bookkeeper. Very powerful. And again, the nice thing about this is you get to build a long-term relationship with your bookkeeper, and they get to do the same thing with you. Once you've logged in, all you have to do is just click on Get Started. And this is a wizard that will walk you through a few very simple questions. And you want to make sure you also give us access to your QuickBooks Online. We only work with QuickBooks Online, so you want to make sure you have one. And if you don't, when you're going through the Getting Started wizard, we're happy to create a subscription on QuickBooks on your behalf. Very simple, and we make sure everything gets done properly. Now, let's take a look at what the dashboard itself looks like. So in here we have 4 transactions that need to be categorized. There are 2 requests from your bookkeeper, and there is 1 request specific to W9. So let's take a look at the monthly status tracker first. In here we can see the month of November has an issue. We had $199,000 in revenue, we had negative $80,000 in profit, and the note from your bookkeeper says we're awaiting the CPA to provide final guidance in adjusting loans. For the month of December, the books are closed and completed successfully. $320,000 in revenue, $200,000 in profit, and there's no special notes. For the month of February, we can see it's in progress, and it says your bookkeeper is actively working on closing the book for this month, and the month of March, as an example, is still in the to-do stage. Let's take a look at categorized transactions. So what this means is there is a transaction that your bookkeeper does not know how to categorize for the purpose of bookkeeping. And in those situations, they will essentially push you these tasks, and all you have to do is look at it, understand what it is, because you know what the transaction would obviously be for, and it shows you which bank account it's for. And all you have to do is just click on resolve. And in this case, you can basically say legal services and then click on submit, and that's it. And that task will automatically go away as you just noticed. Requests from bookkeeper. So the first time you log in, you'll receive a welcome message once a bookkeeper has been assigned to you. You can click on open. So in this case, it's Shell, their email address, and they're basically asking you to provide them view-only user access to your bank accounts and payroll service provider. It is very important for you to only provide us with view-only user access, so that the only thing we're able to do is pull down your bank accounts and nothing else. Same thing with your payroll service provider. In certain circumstances, you might not be able to do that. And in that case, that is not a problem at all whatsoever. Your bookkeeper will essentially ask you to upload those bank statements on a monthly basis. So it's very simple. A task comes in and says, hey, we need your March bank statements. You click on resolve, upload those bank statements, and off we go. The last one here is W-9 requests. So anytime a transaction triggers W-9 request, you will automatically receive a W-9 request in here. And all you have to do is just look at the transaction, ask the vendor where the transaction happened to provide you with a W-9, you'll upload it, and off you go. If a W-9 is not required, in your opinion, you can let your bookkeeper know that a W-9 is not required, and you can tell us why that is, so that we have it in your books for clarity and audit purposes. Again, the nice thing about everything that we do is we make sure we do everything correctly today, so that you don't need to run around like a chicken without a head tomorrow. And we do it very, very efficiently, financially speaking, and as far as the amount of time that it might take for you to get the job done. Now on the left, you can also see documents, receipts, W-9s, and loans. This is what those pages look like. So this is the documents page. I have an entity formation document here. I have a purchase and sale agreement here that I've uploaded. I have a bunch of receipts that I have. This one was for equipment. This one was for meals and entertainment. I need to reimburse this one. So it's a very simple receipt management tool that you can utilize. This is where all my W-9s are basically sitting in, all the ones that are still the bookkeeper has requested, and all the ones that I have already uploaded. If you have any outstanding loans or any outstanding notes receivable, you'll be able to add those in here as well, so that your bookkeeper is aware of them and they can make appropriate adjustments. One of the most important features of our product is what we call notes for accountant. So throughout the entire year, as certain issues come up where your accountant should be made aware of when the time is for them to file your tax returns, what your bookkeeper will do is they will create a record specific for your bookkeeper, so that at the end of the year, they could simply come in, click on that note, get a refresher of what that specific issue is, so that they're able to do appropriate tax filings. And the bookkeeper provides full detail along with any other type of files that might need to go with that note. With that said, that's it. It's very simple. As you guys saw, You simply just give us access as a view user only to your bank accounts, payroll providers, and every month you keep an eye on the dashboard to make sure that your bookkeeper has everything that they need. Anytime you need to communicate with your bookkeeper, you're able to chat with them, email with them, jump on a Zoom call. And again, everything is done at the price of $99, depending on the amount of revenue and how many checking accounts you might have. So thank you for spending the past 15-20 minutes with me. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to working with you guys so we can actually save you guys money and increase you guys' productivity. Thank you, and God bless.